What's up guys, this is Braden with Overland Outfitters, just here with another Frequently Asked Friday, and we're trying something new. I'm going to try and do this video kind of during the day when we're actually doing a little bit of work. It is a Saturday, so it's just one quick job, but yeah, my biggest problem has always been that I'm trying to do these after work in the evening and then edit after work in the evening, and I'm too tired and I don't have that much time, so I just don't end up doing them as much as I want. So I'm gonna try this during the day and see what happens, and hopefully it's good. If it's not, just let me know in the comments, but we're gonna give it a try this time. So this week I really wanted to talk about one of the weaker links of the stock Toyota suspension setup, and that's the cam tabs. So Tacomas, 4Runners, FJ Cruisers, they all pretty much work the same, and that's by having these cam tabs and a cam. So as the cam turns, it moves the control arm back and forth between the tabs, and that's what adjusts your alignment. And a good alignment shop should be able to find the balance between camber and caster and everything else just using those adjustments. So as you lift your truck, you're changing some of the geometry, and you can't quite make up for the caster and the camber with the stock control arm just using these lower adjustments. That's why we always end up installing aftermarket upper control arm over certain amounts of lift, because they'll adjust that caster and camber so you can use the lower control arms to get it fine-tuned and working for you. If you want to see our video about upper control arms, then check out the button up here, and you can watch our video talking about upper control arms specifically. So the reason that this setup is weak is because as you're driving down the road, your tires are putting force against the control arms, and the control arms are acting as a lever against those cams and those tabs. So if you hit a big enough hole or a big bump or a rock or whatever, it can put enough force that it will bend those tabs just completely flat and just smoosh them over. And then your control arm can move in and out as it wants, and your truck's always gonna be out of alignment. It's gonna drive real weird. And then next time you hit a bump, it'll be totally different again, and you're gonna be wondering what's going on. So there are a few ways to solve this problem, ranging from really strong and expensive to really cheap and easy. And they all do the same job roughly, but they just go about it different ways. So at the cheapest end of the options, you have just simply welding the cam tabs. And this is something that we do a lot in our shop. All you have to do is take out the lower control arm so that you don't melt the bushings, and then just weld a bead behind those tabs. And what that does is just act as a gusset so that they can't bend out. It's not like the absolute strongest way, so if you're like jumping your truck and stuff, probably not the way I would go. We end up doing this in our shop pretty often because we always pull the lower control arms out when we're doing suspension lift anyway, so it's really easy for us to just weld some beads behind. So if the customer requests it, we'll spend the extra time and weld those cam tabs. The reason that we pull the control arms, even though you don't have to change suspension, is because of the notoriously bad rust issues that Toyotas suffer from. And that's when these cams, the sleeve on them, like basically fuses itself with rust to the inner control arm. This is one that we've had to cut out of a vehicle because this sleeve is completely seized into the bushing, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. You have to cut it out. So what we do is, even if they're not seized, we pull the control arms out, grease all those sleeves and bolts, we clean them all out so that you shouldn't have an issue going forward. We've even had some trucks from as new as 2017 that have had seized arms already. Yeah, hopefully none of our customers have problems for at least a long time. I'm not gonna say it's gonna last forever, but if you pull them out every few years and grease them up, you shouldn't ever have a problem with the bolt seizing. But anyway, all that to say, welding a little bead behind the tab definitely helps a lot, and it fixes a lot of the problems with the tabs bending. So the next level up from just welding the cam tabs would be the Total Chaos Cam Tab Gussets. And what you do with those is you cut the actual tabs right off, and then they have a kit that you weld on that's a lot stronger. Basically does the same job, but it is just made with thicker metal, and it's just a lot stronger in general so that you you don't have any problems. I would say that just welding the cam tabs is about 80% as good as the Total Chaos Cam Tab Gussets for about 50% of the price. So the next step up is the Marlin Crawler Gusset Kit. And this does way more than just gusset those cam tabs. It gussets those tabs for sure, but it also gussets the entire lower control arm pivot. And that pivot is definitely a weak point if you're really hammering on your truck, jumping and like doing hard wheeling. Those can bend or tear, and definitely a weaker spot on the Tacoma front suspension. So this kit kind of just gussets the whole thing and makes the whole area a lot stronger while maintaining the stock lower pivots. This kit is more expensive than the Total Chaos kit, and it takes way more labor to install because it's just a lot more involved. So the price is more up there, but it's definitely stronger than either of those options. So the final be-all end-all of cam tab gusseting is the JD lower control arm pivot kit relocation. And so this kit is crazy. It's not even designed to reinforce those cam tabs, but that's just a side benefit of this kit and how good it is. And what it does is you cut off all those lower control arm pivots that you're trying to gusset or save with all those other kits, and you just cut them right off and replace it with the whole JD kit. And what happens when you do that is they have just much stronger cam tabs, and they replace all the cam hardware. Everything is new and just way stronger. So that's a huge benefit as far as cam tabs go. Then the actual pivot points for the control arm, like what goes around the control arm here, instead of just being thin sheet metal like it is from stock, it's 1/4 inch steel. So it's just so beefy. And what it allows you to do is it moves the control arm forward. So as you move the arm forward, that allows you to clear bigger tires at the firewall. And this kit just allows you to move it forward up to 1 inch in 1/4 inch increments. So it's really cool. And besides that, it also has a built-in skid that is higher clearance than any other skid on the market by about 2 inches. So there's just so many benefits in this kit. Obviously, it's way more expensive than all these other kits, and it takes way more labor to do. But if you want to do it right and you know that you're going to fit big tires, 35s benefit a lot from this kit. Even 33s will benefit from it. It's just so sturdy in the front that it will change how your truck drives completely. One thing I just really wanted to quickly talk about is cam eliminator kits. So there's a few companies offering these eliminator kits where instead of having this round cam here, you just have a square one, and you have like 3 options of where you can put the bolt. And I'm not really a big fan of these. The reason is you have to compromise your alignment a lot to run them, or you have to run an adjustable upper control arm. Yeah, they prevent the cam from turning if you take a hard hit, but they don't prevent the tab from getting flattened. So it doesn't fix that issue. So which setup is right for you? I think that's mostly up to how you use your truck. I would say for most people, just welding those cam tabs is gonna do just fine. You won't have to worry about it anymore. They're not gonna flatten out, and they'll be just fine for driving dirt roads and moderate wheeling and stuff like that. If you're going harder than that or wanting to fit much bigger tires where you get more leverage, then I would look at some of these other options. And if you're going 35s or bigger, definitely I would consider that JD kit just because it has so many benefits. Definitely if you're going big, that's the way that I would go. And that's what I run on my truck right now. I'd love to know in the comments if you've bent your cam tabs before and what you did to fix it, or if you were preemptive enough to get it fixed before you had any problems. And if it were up to you, what kit you would choose to solve the problem. As always, I hope this video is helpful. And if you liked it, please subscribe, like, all that jazz. And I hope I see you in the next one. See you later.